Hey everybody, this is Geo Joe here today with a demo tutorial on the AS Manager software. And for today's video, I would like to show a few different ways of how you can add a user into the system and then how you can assign a card to that user. If you find the videos on this channel useful, please consider subscribing to the channel and also giving this video a thumbs up. It really does help with the exposure of the videos. So let's take a look at adding users into the system. I am currently in the AS Manager software, and in a moment I will also show how you can do this in the AS web interface. So one of the most basic ways that you can add a user is if you present a new card and you get a access denied invalid card right here in the card log, the access monitor log, you can just simply right click and you have the option new/edit card. If you click this, you will get a window that comes up and all of this information will be blank other than the card number. That will already be pre-populated for you. Right here in user, you'll have a little icon where you can hover over. It says assign user. If you click on that, you have two options. Assign a user. This is the option you would choose if you have already added in user names to your list of users. Or if you have not added any users to the system yet, you can choose assign a new user, which is what we are going to do for this example. So once I click assign a new user, you'll have a window that comes up here where it's pretty straightforward and it wants you to input just some basic information about the user. So I'll put in my information right here. And you have a lot of different information that you could fill out. Some of this is optional. At the most basic, though, you're going to want a first and last name. Display, I typically change this to be first last, but really this is all preference. And as you can see here, you can fill out things like gender, birth date. You can put an ID number or an employee ID. Those kinds of things can all be done there. And then if you would like to upload a headshot of your user, you could click right here to do this. And where this applies is right down here in the bottom right-hand corner. You can have this information window display. And this comes into play especially if you have videos, like video cameras integrated with your access control, because you could have the pre-enrolled headshot of the user pop up right here in this white section next to the snapshot from your camera. So that gives you the ability to compare and make sure that the correct card holder was coming through that door because you have your security camera footage that shows and that allows you to compare. So anyways, right here on the select photo, if you click on that, it'll allow you to either navigate within Windows and you can say click and choose your image right there, hit OK. Or if you have a webcam integrated, you can just go ahead and click the webcam capture button, and this will give you the ability to use a webcam and take a photo. Now, up along the top, you do also have several different tabs that you can fill out. Again, you can get as detailed with this as you want, but at the most basic, you are going to want to just put in the person's first and last name, which is all I'm going to do for today's demo. So once I hit OK, it brings me back to this window right here. A few other things about this window. You do have a activation and deactivation date option. Let's say, for example, that you wanted to give a user temporary access. Let's say we're going to grant this access from January 1st through January 5th. You can select that right there, and it will make that card automatically expire on January 5th. If you come down, again, you have a few different fields. There are some custom user-defined fields that you can create. And there is a section, I actually have another video for this that shows how you can actually name these fields. And then it does allow you to choose your drop-down or type in information right there. Disable lock card / allow access during lockdown mode. This is a good option to be aware of if you would like to have someone's card work and be able to get through a locked down door. So lockdown mode is when you lock down your facility and it basically overrides your schedule. If you do not have this option checked, this user's card will not work in a lockdown scenario. Okay, so whenever they present their card, they will be denied access. However, if you choose this option right here, their card can still get through a lockdown door. So, typically for managers of a facility, it's a good idea to go ahead and check that field. Now, your next step is to select which access group or which schedule that you want to apply to your users. Now, an access group is basically it's what it is called. It's an access group where you have created schedules and you have said, okay, this schedule applies to this group of doors. So as you can see in our system, we've created several different access groups. If you watch over here on the right where all of our doors are listed out, currently the default is to grant 24-hour access to every door. But let's say, for example, we're going to choose cleaning 1. You can see it now applies that cleaning crew schedule to certain doors that we have already pre-selected. All right, so if you want to make it to where your user only has access with a schedule to certain doors, but maybe they're restricted to other doors, you could go ahead and create your access groups. That's done in another window, and I have another video for that as well. But then you would select your access group, and it will update over here. Alternatively, if you have not created access groups, but you have created schedules, you can go in and select the user define option. And this then would allow you to go in and choose a schedule for the particular doors that you're interested in. So let's say, for example, you wanted to just give someone access to these doors and you want to use the default 24-hour access that's already available in the system, and then maybe 24-hour restricted for all of your other doors. You could go ahead and go through and individually select that. So once you hit OK, this card is now active and ready to use. So that's option 1 of how you can create a new user. And again, that's just on the time where you would swipe a card and it says invalid card. You could right click on it. The next option would be to go up to personnel and go to users. And in here in the top left, you can click new. And this is the exact same process of what we just went through. So again, you type in your user's name, and then on this screen, once you're done with that, you do need to choose the card plus button right here. And you have some options. Add existing cards. Let's say, for example, you have a box of 100 cards and you've already imported them into the system. If you choose add existing cards, you'll see all of your cards listed there. And then you could just double click on one of those cards to assign it to the user. Option 2 on that list is add a new card. So if you click that, by default, it already puts your cursor in the card number field. You can go ahead and just type in the card number right off of your card, and then you would finish up this window with all of the information that I went through previously on this video. Or if you're going to use a PIN code, and let's say you wanted them to enter like a 4-digit number on a PIN pad reader to gain access to the door, you would want to select this right here, add a new passcode. Passcode is where you're giving a unique number to each user. All right, so by default, when you come in here, it allows you to type in your passcode, and you would then again fill out the rest of this information just like you did previously in this video, and then hit OK, and that passcode would be active. So currently I have shown how to add users within the AS Manager software itself. I would now like to pull up the AS Web and show you some options of how you can add in users as well. So if you're in AS Manager, you can right click here on desktop and select AS Web. And it will then load the AS Web interface. If you're not on the AS Manager PC, you could always type in the IP address of the AS Manager PC /AS Web, and it will bring you to this screen right here. You'll, of course, have to log in with your ID and password for AS Manager. But once you are in here, you'll see the icon of user list. You can go ahead and click on this. You can full screen it if you want. And this functions very similar to AS Manager. So if you want to just add a new user, you click the new button, and it will bring up your window right here that looks almost identical to what you saw in AS Manager. So again, you type in your name of your user, select whatever information that you would like for them. You can go over here and you can browse to find that user's photo if you would like. And then you do your cards the exact same way that we did previously. On your drop down, you have all your same options here. So if I hit existing cards, you'll see your list of all your different cards here. Double click on it to assign it. Or if you hit add a new card, you'll go through and you'll type in your card number and then fill out this screen just like you did in the AS Manager program. Of course, make sure you always hit OK on this screen and OK on this screen, and that will save any work that you have done. This has been a video tutorial on how to add users to the AS Manager and AS web client utility. For further information on our product line, please check us out at www.geovision.com.tw/us. Thanks a lot for watching.